Have you ever experienced an uncanny coincidence that left you with chills? Perhaps you were thinking of an old friend when suddenly you get a call from them out of the blue. Or maybe you had a vivid dream that later came true in waking life. Most of us have felt the mysterious workings of synchronicity and moments of alignment with a hidden order underlying reality. When we have these brief glimpses beyond the veil, we tap into the vast web of interconnection that binds the universe. We get a hint that despite surface appearances of separation and chaos, everything is connected at a deeper level. Ancient spiritual traditions have pointed to this profound truth for thousands of years. Modern-day science is validating it too, with new theories in quantum physics and findings on the interconnected nature of consciousness. Life seems full of divisions. We see ourselves as separate from others, distinct individuals on our own solo journeys. The world appears fragmented into countries, religions, ethnicities, and opposing viewpoints. Throughout history, this sense of isolation has led to conflict, exploitation, and suffering. But what if this is all an illusion? What if beneath the surface there are invisible threads connecting you to everything else in the subtle web of life? In recent decades, leading-edge science has confirmed what the ancient wisdom traditions have always asserted, that existence is radically interconnected. At the most fundamental level, everything is entangled with everything. This fact eluded some of history's greatest minds. Famous physicist Albert Einstein called quantum entanglement spooky action at a distance. The idea that two particles could interact across vast distances defied all logic. Surely the universe operated in a logical, mechanical manner. Yet since Einstein's day, study after study has proven that at the quantum level, subatomic particles remain mysteriously linked, even when separated by light years of distance. This revelation of interconnection extends beyond particles to all life forms. Cleve Baxter, an expert in lie detection, conducted experiments in the 1960s showing that plants register a measurable response when harmed. Plants even reacted to the death of bacteria and shrimp when happening in the same room, suggesting an ability to detect events with no known sensory mechanism. Other studies have shown a symbiotic relationship between trees and fungi in forests, forming interconnected wood-wide webs where nutrients are shared between species. Trees have even been found to communicate danger signals to each other using an internet of fungus. From the smallest microbes to the tallest redwoods, life is quite literally in touch with itself. What does this mean for human beings with our relative isolation of egoic consciousness? We too are part of the universal field of consciousness, every cell and neuron exchanging signals in a vast exchange of information. When we meditate deeply, our sense of separateness dissolves, and we taste, if only for a moment, the experience of being seamlessly stitched into the single fabric of existence. Moments of synchronicity also deliver us little glimpses of the hidden coherence making sense of our lives beneath the surface. Carl Jung coined the term to describe meaningful coincidences that seem too purposeful to be mere chance. When we listen and observe closely, the universe reveals its intelligent design. There are no coincidences, only synchronicities, Carl Jung. What are synchronicities and what do they reveal about our connection to the hidden intelligence of the cosmos. Synchronicities are those mysterious moments when the universe seems to be sending us signs, bringing attention to something important, or giving a nudge in the right direction. They stand out as moments of clarity amidst the chaos. To illustrate, imagine you're deciding whether to take a new job in a different city. You flip a coin trying to gain clarity, but still feel conflicted. The next day in a coffee shop, a stranger sitting beside you is reading a segment about moving cities for career changes. He advises the barista where the best neighborhoods are in the exact city of the job. Then when you get home, an old friend calls you randomly. She now lives in that same city and loves it. The string of connections stand out as more than mere coincidence. Synchronicities cluster around openings, closings, and transitions in our lives. They are clues of alignment from the deeper self we are connected to, but often filter out due to distraction. Paying attention when they occur brings exciting insight. Suddenly, life feels rich in discovery. Playfulness emerges as we become active participants in the twists and turns of our journey. Here is one interpretation of how synchronicities work. At the quantum level, everything is entangled and affecting everything else. Our brains are quantum devices picking up on patterns and meanings. When we are aligned with our inner wisdom, our minds resonate with greater clarity to the field of possibilities. The veil lifts briefly, providing a glimpse behind the curtain of reality's hidden workings. Regardless of mechanism, the world comes alive when we interpret experience symbolically. That billboard we notice on a drive suddenly seems placed just for us to see. Overheard songs on the radio deliver poignant messages. Strange dreams or number sequences alert us to there being more than meets the eye. Life becomes the interactive adventure it's meant to be. Trust in the unknown is an oxymoron for most of us. We want certainty, assurance that our choices are right. Yet some decisions have no clear path. Do we take the new job or stay put? End a stagnant relationship or keep trying? Our limited egos struggle with such ambiguity. But there is a navigator within each of us that can provide direction, our higher self. Across cultures and eras, there has been belief in a divine spark of wisdom within. The ancient Greeks spoke of having a daimon, or personal spirit, to guide us. In the East, it's called the Atman, the God presence residing in all beings. Christianity calls it the Holy Spirit. Today, it's commonly known as our intuition or inner voice. Regardless of label, it's the part of us subtly connected to the flow of life itself. This inner compass points us to the people and places we need. It whispers when we're off track. It even shows up in dreams, delivering insight from depths beyond the conscious mind. The more we attune to this inner mentor, the more seamlessly things unfold. We are guided to opportunities opening and prompted to let go when something's run its course. How do we tune our radio dial to pick up these subtle signals? By cultivating stillness. Our inner self speaks in soft whispers. If we are rushing through life on autopilot, its guidance gets drowned out by the busy mind's chatter and static. Meditation, journaling, time in nature, these activities clear space so we can tune in. While we learn to listen, our connection to inner wisdom strengthens. The more we follow its intuitive hits, the more validation we gain that it can be trusted. A virtuous cycle ensues where consciousness expands and life flows with synchronicity. Of course, sometimes the guidance received is unclear. We may need patience to let possibilities ripen, or exploration to rule out what's not in alignment. The path ahead isn't always obvious, but when we recall our divine inner pilot steering us through the fog, uncertainty becomes exciting. The adventure unfolds, revealing beauty previously unseen. Ancient cultures left us an enduring legacy, timeless teachings that point the way home to our essential nature. The mystical traditions of the world contain a perennial philosophy, core insights that withstand the test of time. While differing in symbolism and ritual, at their heart is an understanding of fundamental unity. Indigenous cultures honor the Great Spirit, the life force that animates all things. Shamans use rituals and plant medicines to heal people's separation from this sustaining source. They tap into invisible realms beyond the physical to retrieve information and energy. Buddhism teaches that the experience of a separate self is an illusion. All phenomena are interdependent and impermanent. Through spiritual practice, one can awaken to the ground of being, the unborn, undying awareness that lies beneath thoughts. Yogic philosophy speaks of each individual soul being one with Brahman, the divine absolute. We forget our true nature and must practice techniques like meditation to reunite with sources. Integrating spirit and matter is followed by profound peace. Sufism employs dance, poetry, and music to dissolve the boundaries that conceal the beloved, the divine reality behind the veils of culture and religion. Seeking transcendent union through devotion, one returns to the original state of non-duality. Kabbalah is the esoteric heart of Judaism. Its tree of life maps the hidden realms between the eternal unmanifest and tangible creation. Its teachings remind practitioners of their divine origin and destiny. While using different vocabularies, each tradition prescribes transforming consciousness as the route to lift the veil of separation. Dogma and doctrine may divide, but at its core, mysticism unites. Experiencing Sarsa is the common goal. The perennial philosophy enriches our connection to spirit. It inspires youth to look beyond surface differences to the shared essence beneath all forms. Here in the ocean of divinity, separation drowns and only unity remains. Science is revealing an astonishing fact. At a fundamental level, everything is interconnected. Beneath the surface of reality as we know it lies a unified field of energy and information. Matter itself is composed mostly of empty space, with subtle forces swirling across invisible grids to generate the world we see. Reality is far stranger and more miraculous than we imagined. In the early 20th century, quantum physics turned old assumptions upside down. Matter, once thought solid and deterministic, now appears as a probability wave until it is observed. Particles can be entangled across space where actions upon one instantaneously affect the other. No local signals link them. The entire universe must be understood as a cohesive whole. In the 1970s, physicist David Bohm theorized this quantum realm implicates a deeper order. He likened it to a hologram where the totality of information is enfolded across space and time. Ripples in the cosmic fabric correlate to the physical events we observe. Bohm suggested consciousness itself moves across this hollow movement to generate what we take as reality. Modern research affirms Bohm's view. Layers of order and complexity self-organize according to simple generative rules. From fractals in nature to neural networks in the brain, intricate systems arise from recursive patterns reverberating through space. Chance unfolds into sapient order. Seen in this light, synchronicities appear as glimpses behind the curtain of reality's creative process. Moments of alignment with hidden order reveal our seamless embedding in the universal hologram. All separation dissolves as we remember our interbeing with the whole. Our role becomes clear to align with the energetic web that sustains all. Through practice, we attune as conscious instruments of the symphony rather than lone notes. Life becomes synergy, where the power of the one uplifts the all. We each have a private inner world only we can access. Our thoughts, feelings, memories, and subjective experience feel intensely intimate and unique. It's natural to believe our individual consciousness exists in isolation. But what if your mind has unseen company? What if it's nested within a vaster mind we all share? Over the ages, sages and mystics have reported a boundless consciousness permeating all existence. In the East, it was deemed the absolute, the Tao, the Akashic field from which all arises. Platonic philosophy called it the anima mundi, the soul of the world. Today, some label it the quantum mind, universal psyche, or collective unconscious. Regardless of terminology, many scientists now take some form of cosmic consciousness seriously. It offers compelling explanatory power for phenomena from quantum entanglement to premonitions, telepathy, and PSI. If all minds are entangled in the ground state of being, anomalies like telepathy don't seem so outlandish. The more we examine it, the fuzzier the line between individual and cosmic mind becomes. Where does your consciousness end and everything else begins? Perhaps there is no separation. Your private subjectivity is cross-stitched into the boundless intelligence from which all emerges. You are both the dance and the dancer. This opens new existential vistas. Beyond our personal wishes lies a wisdom guiding the unfolding of life itself. Our meaning and purpose is revealed by aligning to its currents. We heal by remembering our integration in the totality rather than our imagined isolation. By contacting this common field, we transcend limiting scripts the individual mind clings to. We let slip the belief in lack, fear, and separateness that generates suffering. Reorienting to the whole, our lives become richer threads in the cosmic tapestry. Nature has been honing intelligent design for 3.8 billion years. While humans are relative newcomers, life has been experimenting, adapting, and evolving since the first single-celled organisms. The natural world thus holds secrets that can guide our learning. Biomimicry is an approach that studies nature's models and then imitates these designs to solve human challenges. For example, architects modeled energy-efficient buildings on termite mounds that maintain constant temperature. Materials engineers copied the tough yet flexible abalone shell to create durable polymers. We can apply biomimicry to evolving consciousness as well. Nature's principles of organization show how parts connect to form thriving wholes. The more integrated an ecosystem, the more resilient, productive, and sustainable it becomes. In a forest, networks of underground fungi connect trees, allowing the sharing of nutrients and information. Trees send warnings of insect attacks downstream to their neighbors. The forest behaves intelligently like a neural network. In our bodies, the heart and brain sync their rhythms when we experience love, as if two intelligences resonate as one. Evolution favors greater coherence of parts into a systemic whole. Our awakening journey is one of integrating and synthesizing all aspects of self into a unified being. Healing the split between mind and body, ego and soul, we perceive our intrinsic wholeness. Life becomes cooperative instead of combative. The collective benefits the individual. Studying nature teaches that separation is ultimately illusory. All life is bonded in a dynamic, interdependent web. As we align more deeply with natural wisdom, human systems will mirror this integrated intelligence. Our societies will blossom like a well-tended garden. Nature's boundless creativity and interconnected resilience can inspire our own growth if we let it. When we observe natural patterns and systems, we glimpse timeless principles of harmony that transcend any one individual. Just like the trees in a forest share resources for the greater good, we too can learn to synthesize our strengths and transcend separateness. While we awaken to our interbeing with the living earth, our actions will come from a place of compassion and understanding rather than division. We will see how nurturing the well-being of the whole benefits each one of us. Though nature's intelligence operates on scales beyond our comprehension, we can always turn to it as a source of profound wisdom. I hope this video provided some inspiring insight into what we can learn from nature's mentoring. What are your thoughts on biomimicry and how natural models can guide our consciousness? I welcome your perspectives and feedback. Please share any reflections or comments below.